Today we are going to discuss about China's debt trap. I know the subject seems very interesting and you will be wondering what this is about. I give you an example. There was a small farmer who had everything from fertile land to cattle to seeds and water, but wanted to buy a machine for his farm to grow the crop efficiently. One greedy moneylender walked by his land and started trapping the farmer, saying that you need a big machine. If you want, I can give you the money on interest. Simple farmer agreed, and slowly the interest amount accumulated and he could not repay the loan. Finally, the moneylender took all over his land. This is happening in the world, especially South Asia, Africa, where China is playing the role of moneylender, and the countries with rich natural resources, manpower, strategic locations is falling prey into the debt trap. Hello and welcome to Digital Notepad on our YouTube channel. This is Preeti. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share for more informative and educational videos.
Sri Lanka is one of the well-known examples of falling into China's debt trap. This started when China established a partnership with Sri Lanka to transform a small fishing town into major shipping hub. China funded the construction of Hambantota port, and in the end, the project left the Sri Lanka with $5.5 billion debt. As a result, series of mega project in Hambantota. 2 years later, the port was not making enough revenue to repay China. The Sri Lanka had no choice but to lease the Hambantota port to China Merchant Port Holding Limited for 99 years in $1.12 billion. Pakistan is the country that is surviving in a loan from multiple sources. In 2013, China has announced a $46 billion investment plan. This investment is heavily concentrated in China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPEC). CPEC is planned to link Gwadar, seaport of Pakistan, to Kashgar, China. Gwadar is located at the Arabian Sea coast of Balochistan, which is a province in southwest Pakistan, and Kashgar is located at Xinjiang region of China, that is center of China's only Turkish-speaking Muslim majority. CPEC is the combination of infrastructure projects such as highway, railway, transport and energy projects. Pakistan is hoping CPEC will transform its economy, but rather a project may wreck its financials and society structure. But Pakistan businessmen worried about CPEC as they can be a special economic zone. Pakistan will become a market for agriculture produce from Western China, and this will adversely impact local producers. Tons of seafood originating from coast of Pakistan arrived in a city of China's northwest region of Xinjiang from routes that are part of Belt and Road Initiative. Under the CPEC plan, thousands of acres of agricultural land will be leased out to China, which should be a concern of Pakistani government. Here Pakistan needs to recap what happened in Sri Lanka. Recently, people in Pakistan protested in large number against the proposed construction of dam. $3.9 billion hydropower project is being built on Jhelum River in Muzaffarabad, Pakistan. For Pakistan, that's really not all. Are you curious to know how China is buying Pakistan's silence? How China has increasingly muted its voice on human rights. Pakistan USP is being silent on any other action of China, whether it's Chinese worker assault policemen, human trafficking, illegal marriage, or being muted on human rights. A video went viral in 2018 when a Chinese worker assaulted Pakistani policeman. Are you aware that majority of Chinese workers deployed in Pakistan are drawn from Chinese forces and they know martial arts? They have a weapon training. Hundreds of Pakistani girls, especially from minority communities, are allegedly being sent to China. Pakistan's investigation agencies discovered illegal marriage bureau in Pakistan and fake Chinese marriage cases. The investigators remain silent about human trafficking. Why? Because the Pakistan government does not want to break its close ties with China. China's only Turkish-speaking Muslim majority, the Uyghurs. China's authorities are accused of imprisoning Uyghurs in prison like a camp. Uyghurs are detained, interrogated, beaten up because of their religion. Even this is captured in a picture. But Pakistan has not raised a voice for that. Even China and Pakistan is facing international pressure over its crackdown on its Muslim ethnic minority, the Uyghurs. When the world attention is focused in fighting with coronavirus, the China is pushing its agenda in Bangladesh with trade concession and other infrastructure projects. 97% Bangladesh products sold in China won't have a tax, and Chinese trade concession can push Bangladesh into a dual deficit or a debt trap. Dual deficit means the country's economy is importing more than it's exporting. The country's government is spending more money than it's generating, or liability exceeds than assets. This could force Bangladesh to accept terms and conditions fixed by China. And Bangladesh really needs to learn from Sri Lanka. China has pumped more money into Bangladesh than any other country over the past couple of years. In South Asia, Bangladesh is the second biggest receiver of Chinese investment behind Pakistan. China is giving Bangladesh $1 billion loan for river management, on which 21 million people dependent on this Teesta River. Bangladesh is working on its first ever private solar power project worth $17 million, and China has provided $1.7 billion loan to Bangladesh power sector. China has also proposed a sister city alliances with 6 Bangladesh cities. Bangladesh was seeking international help to fight pandemic, and China has exchanged the sister city project. Countries also expressed interest in accelerating the work related to Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar Economic Corridor project. Africa's huge reliance on China as a source of funding. There is concern that African states will suffer a similar fate to Sri Lanka. African government owe China more than $150 billion, and COVID-19 is limiting their ability to repay the loan. Zambia has started to take out a loan from Chinese bank for airports, hospital, housing projects and road connecting them. Chinese credit has grown to Zambia's external debt. Djibouti is strategically located at the crossroads of Africa and Middle East. It has become a crucial hub in China's Belt and Road Initiative. In Djibouti, the public debt has risen to roughly 80% of their country's GDP, placing the country at a high risk of debt distress. A similar situation occurred earlier in the year when Sri Lanka signed a 99-year lease to China for the port in a city of Hambantota after it was unable to repay its loan.
Maldives is a beautiful place which is heavily reliant on tourism, has been hit hard by coronavirus. The foreign tourist arrival were down by 55% by the end of June 2020, and country may lost more than $700 million. China has faced criticism for its infrastructure projects in the developing country, which are portrayed as a debt trap because it's intended to increase the Chinese footprint in the region. Maldivian officials and Chinese representatives put the figure Malay owe China $1.1 to $1.4 billion, which is a huge sum for a country with a GDP of around $4.9 billion. China has planned for the construction of 4-lane bridge worth $200 million. And China also planned for the expansion of airport and upgrading the electricity grid. As per Institute of International Finance, China's total domestic debt hit by 317% of its GDP. Due to this pandemic caused by China, Xi Jinping has taken a call to improve its global image hit by coronavirus outbreak. End result, China has paused debt repayment of 77 countries and 40 out of them are in Africa alone. In 2019, China's outstanding debt claim stood at well over $5 trillion, which is more than 6% of their global GDP. However, now it seems to have been caught in its own debt trap.
Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please do like, comment and share to motivate us for making such more videos.